Hey guys, what's poppin'? Jacques Slade here. Have you ever been on the internet and you saw something and you're like, oh, that looks dope, but then you found out that that's not what it really is? I know that sounds weird, but that happened to me today, and so it led me down a sneaker rabbit hole. That's what this video is all about. So these are the top 10 knockoff slash fake sneakers that you actually might want to buy because these look pretty dope. I don't know if I'm gonna use all of that for the title, but some of that will be in the title. Anyway, let's start with the first one. Okay, so this is the first shoe that actually got it started. I was on ESPN reading some news about Zion Williamson, and then I saw this over on the sidebar, and I was like, oh, is that a Pharrell? No, that's not a Pharrell, but I was like, I clicked, and that's where I found all of these images. Now, this shoe looks pretty legit. I'm a big fan of the Hue NMD, and it almost fooled me at first, so I could imagine someone who's not a sneakerhead pulling up this shoe or seeing this shoe in their sidebar and buying it thinking that it's the real thing. And then the fact that it's only $40 makes it even easier. So I don't say all of this to tell you like, hey, don't buy any of these shoes. If you want to buy these, buy these. I used to wear knockoff shoes when I was a kid from Kmart and from Payless, so I don't see any difference with these, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention because this actually looks pretty dope. All right, for the next shoe on the list, it's one that I actually really wanted, but I have not been able to get my hands on yet. A knockoff version of the Adidas 4D, which uses their 3D printing technology to print the outsoles. Now, these shoes are expensive, $350 as the base price, and just kind of goes up from there. If you kind of want to get into that look or you like the aesthetic of that shoe, this could be an option for you. Again, I'm not telling you to buy this, but I'm also not telling you not to buy this. A lot of the look we would expect from the 4D, or the look we expect from the 4D, obviously it's not the exact real thing, but if you want that feel, if you want that aesthetic, this pretty much fits the bill. All right, coming in at number 3 is actually a mix of a classic sneaker and I would say fairly new-ish. A few years ago, Adidas did these like spiked shoes at the bottom that had like these plastic plates that were like separated like blades, and then this shoe has the Reebok Classic on top of it, so it kind of mixes that Adidas technology sorta with the Reebok upper on the shoe, and again, it doesn't look too bad. I'm not saying that this is the best looking shoe in the world or this is something that hypebeasts are going to be after, but it definitely presents the shoe in a way that I hadn't seen it before. And if I didn't know better, if I wasn't a sneakerhead and I knew this was a knockoff, I might consider buying this and thinking that I got something hot. Really, the only giveaway is the price. At $40, you know this can't be real. With the look of this sneaker, man, it's easy to get caught up and to be fooled by something like this. Okay, for this next one, this one almost had me fooled, and if I didn't know better, I would say that this was a legitimate sneaker and somehow came out of some inspiration of the 80s or something like this. This is a Jordan 6 low knockoff, I'm going to say, but it has this cool graffiti print on the upper. You can look at the midsole and see how they did the air bubble. The toe box looks pretty much the same. If you didn't know better, you would think this was an official Jordan 6 low. If it had that Jordan logo and maybe Nike Air on the back, I think people would legitimately cop these. Obviously, this is not something for everybody to get, but that whole graffiti multicolor print that's on the upper, I actually think that's pretty nice, and it would actually sell to people if you put it in store and put the Jordan logo on it. But again, it's a knockoff. Okay, for this next one, you can tell that it's just a blatant ripoff of the Air Max 270. So I'm a big fan of the Air Max 270. I think it's a really dope shoe. I think it's comfortable, but this is just like blatant. Instead of AIR 270, it says AIC 270. I don't know what that C, or maybe Air internal cushioning. I don't know, I'm just making that up. You can see they got the air bubble right. They have like the switch to the different kind of foam on the midsole right. They pretty much basically copied an Air Max 270 down to the T for this one, with the exception of one letter on the branding of the shoe, which is crazy, crazy, crazy. It's crazy to me how they get so close to the original. I would almost call this one a replica instead of a knockoff or a fake, just because this one seems so close to what an actual Air Max 270 looks like. All right, for this one, it actually looks like they're combining off-white with Nike Running in the Pegasus Turbo. You see it has like the pointed heel. It has air right there on the side, and then the rest of the midsole is kind of shaped like the Pegasus Turbo, which is a running shoe from Nike. And then the upper is something completely different entirely. You can tell if you're, if you're really into sneakers, you see that midsole form and that midsole shape, and it definitely looks like a Pegasus Turbo. All right, now before we go on, I am saying a lot of this in jest. I myself wore knockoffs as a kid, so I'm not pointing any fingers and I'm not placing blame on anyone. If this is what you can afford and you like these shoes, I say you buy them and you rock them till the wheels fall off and don't care what anybody else says. That's your business and you do what you do. The other thing that I want to talk about when it comes to these shoes is the photography that they use. They basically mimicked that same style when it came to the photos for these knockoff sneakers, which in my mind is absolutely genius. I just think that's really, really crazy that they went to the extent to copy the photography, and the photography that they used, it looks better than some of the stuff that I do for my own sneakers, which again, I'm just blown away. They got a really dope photographer, took some really dope pics, which honestly helps sell these shoes as if they are official. So it's kind of cheating, I guess, if I think about it like that. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Does the photography sell the shoes, or do the shoes sell the shoe? You get what I'm trying to say. Let me know down in the comments below. Let's move on. All right, for this next one, they're mixing brands again, but they have a good eye, I guess you could say, in this situation. They're mixing an Adidas shoe on the upper, but it actually has 4 stripes instead of 3. I don't know if you guys noticed that. But then that midsole is inspired by the Air Max 95, which is one of my favorite sneakers, which is why this one definitely stuck out to me, because I can recognize the Air Max 95 midsole pretty much anywhere. But then mixing it with that Adidas shoe on top just kind of blows my mind. It makes my mind explode, because I just can't figure out if I want it to be a Nike shoe or I want it to be an Adidas shoe. I'm kind of confused as to what exactly it is. Another option, if you're one of those people that like to wear Adidas and Nike, this way you wear Adidas and Nike on your feet, and you can wear Adidas sweats and a Nike shirt, I guess. All right, for this one, if you are a Boost fan, or maybe you are a, how do I put this? A Styrofoam fan. Actually, I don't know if this is Styrofoam, but that Boost definitely looks wider and a little firmer than actual Boost here. So this is obviously a knockoff of the NMD, and this is the camo version, which was one of my favorite colorways of the NMD, by the way. And you can see, like, this could pass. If you saw someone walking in this shoe down the street and they were a little distance away, you could totally believe that, oh, he's rocking the camo NMDs. Those are pretty dope. I mean, these look pretty legit, even though they're definitely fake. I expected them to copy Nike and Adidas, but for this one, this looks like a Steph Curry signature shoe, which I did not expect at all. Again, they got the colors right, they got the shape right, they've got the font right. As you see, that's very close to 30 on those shoes. Shout out to anyone that grabs himself a pair of these and that loves Curry, because your game isn't going to change based on the shoes that are on your feet. Although I don't recommend you getting these, because I don't know how comfortable they are, but they're out there. A lot of you guys missed out on the Yeezy restock. I know that because I missed out on the Yeezy restock. If you want another option, you could try one of these knockoff Yeezys that actually look pretty legit. Now, the shape of these isn't exactly right, and it doesn't match the Yeezy 350s exactly, but these are out there and they look pretty legit. Again, if you're not a seasoned sneakerhead, you could see these and think that you got the real Yeezys, which is both good and bad, I guess. Okay, this is the very last one, and this is probably the best of the bunch to me outside of that Pharrell one that I showed you at first. Not just any regular Ultra Boost. This is the newest version of the Ultra Boost. So I think it's the Ultra Boost 18 or Ultra Boost 19 or whatever they're calling it. And the prime knit on here looks pretty legit. The cage looks pretty legit. The boost looks pretty legit. The dead giveaway on these that really takes them over the top. And then you saw that Supreme tag on the tongue, son. A Supreme tag on the tongue. So not only are they making a knockoff Adidas Ultra Boost, they're adding the Supreme tag to make it a knockoff Supreme Ultra Boost collab. So I just wanted to show you guys these just because I thought it was just super entertaining just to see these and to see how far they went. Is it fake or is it knockoff? I know it's not a replica because a replica is basically the same thing. So I guess it's between a fake and a knockoff, or maybe an off-brand. Maybe off-brand is the better way to call these shoes. Anyway, before I get out of here, I'm actually going to review one of these shoes. So what I want you guys to do is down in the comments below, pick the shoe that you want me to order and I'm gonna unbox it here on the channel. And not only that, I'll actually buy a pair for you as well. So I'll pick a comment, I'll pick the shoe that you pick, I'll buy one for me to unbox here, and I'll buy one for you to send to you as well. Leave me your Twitter or your Instagram handle so I can DM you to let you know that you won. Hopefully this video comes off as fun and entertaining, which is how I meant it. Again, not putting anybody down. If you buy knockoffs or fakes, I did that myself for a very, very long part of my life as a kid because I couldn't afford the real thing. So if you do wear these, again, rock them till the wheels fall off. No judgment here. I'm not in the business of judging anybody. Just wanted to put it out there that I found these and found it super entertaining that they were so accurate to the real things. Anyway, as always, guys, I appreciate you. Make sure you turn on your notifications. That way you know whenever something is happening right here on this channel. I'm Jacques Slade. As always, I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.